Today I'm going to be working on this Pottery Barn cabinet. I am going to give it a good cleaning, sand it, and then paint it. My original plan was to have the base of this cabinet be natural wood and then have a two-tone, paint color up top. But I found out as I was sanding that this is MDF board and that was not going to work. So come along with me on this journey. I'm going to change the hardware out. I'm going to paint it. I was also encouraged to keep the inside black and paint the outside a color. I decided not to do that, and you'll see that later on in the video. Hi, I'm Deborah with Deborah's Furniture and Decor, where I like to renew, refresh, and relove old furniture.
So I wanted to change the handles on the doors of this piece, and you can see there the one that I chose. And I kept the knobs that were already on this piece, but I wanted them to match. So I'm using Rub and Buff in antique gold, and I'm going to match these up so that they're a good fit. And with the handle that I'm using with kind of that rattan wrap, that's going to bring in some more creams to the inside of this cabinet. So you'll see later on when I paint the shelves that I'm going to paint them with that anti-slone paint again. Then I'm going to use an antique waxing product that I believe is folk art. I'm not really sure, just something that I had. And I'm going to drizzle that on, and then I'm going to wipe it back with a cloth. And it gives us this really pretty, almost wood look to the shelves and really soften them up so that they match the handles better.